Welcome, sports fans, Crush fans. I'm Clay Thomas, and this is the Crushcast. Crushcast is presented to you by the Cayuga Health System, the system that provides seamless, comprehensive, community-centered care for the many residents across the Finger Lakes and Central New York. With me is a couple new Crush members, catcher Dominic Ramu and Crush pitcher William Tierney. Boys, welcome for coming on to the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Dom, so I've seen you. You're from Fairhaven, Mass, and then Will, you're from Sparta, New Jersey. Can you care to say what that was like growing up in your respective areas?
You want to go first?
Yeah. Fairhaven is kind of like a smaller town. We never really had crazy. Should I say competition wise, because it was such a small area, so everything was compact and everybody. But it was a really fun experience. High school was great. Got to meet some great people, great coaches, and I learned a lot from people around me who helped me out.
How about you, Will?
So I went to Pope John, which is a private high school in my town, Sparta. I think going to a private high school, it really helped me. What's the word? It enhance my learning ability, maybe because the learning I think was better in a private school than in a public school, and especially for the baseball aspect. We played some of the top competitions, not only in the state, but in the country. So I think that has really helped me not only for school and college, but also baseball-wise here as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure that, going to also a private university after being in a private high school, it helps a little bit too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And so what are both of your majors at Salve, Virginia?
I'm a business administration major and I'm minoring in sports management.
Okay.
I'm also doing business management and minor in sports management as well.
Interesting. I saw that Salve is a big school for nursing.
Nursing. I've heard that as well.
Yeah. Before a few, maybe 15 years ago, I want to say this was an all-girls school.
Okay.
When it first started
started, it was an all-girls school, and then they ended up making it anyone can come.
Do you guys really enjoy being up there so far in your first semester?
I love it up here. The view, you can't beat it. So
yeah, some of the pictures, they look pretty cool in the water there.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's unbelievable, and also we've only been here for 3 months maybe, and the bonds we've created with upperclassmen and even me and each other in the room, it's awesome. It's something you'll definitely never forget.
Yeah.
I'm assuming baseball was a big factor in it, but was it both academics and baseball that drove you to make your decision to go to Salve, Virginia? Yeah,
for me, definitely. It's always been academics first, athletic second, which has been a huge part for me. So being able to come here, and since Salve has such a great academic program and history, I think it was a really good fit for me.
Yeah, just to touch up on what Will said, I've always had an interest in Salve. It's only 45 minutes away from me, so I'd come up to the game sometimes, see all the boys play, and it was a fun experience, and so it really drove me to want to come here and join the community.
Yeah, I can imagine that. See, I'm a little different. I go to Ithaca, and I'm a senior right now. So my drive is about 4 hours. So I kind of wish it was smaller. And I'm sure. So Will, if he's only about 45 minutes, how far are you from? Because I know
about 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you drive or do you have to take do you take the buses?
Drive.
My freshman year, it was buses. It's not fun.
Yeah, freshman year we're not allowed to have cars on campus. So it's once we're here, we're still we gotta walk.
We gotta
around
stay here, find rides.
Yeah. So getting into more baseball, what was the biggest thing you learned from going so far in it is only 3 months, but going from high school ball to the collegiate level?
The knowledge from the coaches, 100%. Coach Sorella, Coach McKeon, they have so much knowledge of the game of baseball, and taking what they say and applying it to my game is huge for me. And not only from the baseball side, but the life side, and the lessons that they've taught us so far. And it's only been 4 months here at school, and I feel like I've learned so much from both of them.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. I'd also say the atmosphere at college is so different than it is like in any other like sports teams. Like it's just like you want to love it and like do it every single day. It's like breathe and eat it almost.
Yeah, I can't relate to that. I only did club baseball, but at the same time, I can understand it, especially being at Ithaca, it's a big football school. And you can always sense there's a difference from those guys from how they even played in high school as well. And so in high school, obviously you guys were still in high school when everything with COVID hit. So how were you able to stay acclimated for baseball once everything kind of shut down in 2020 and then we're able to get back into it?
Yeah, so I think for both of us, when COVID hit, it really hurt us recruiting-wise. So I'm very lucky to have ended up here at Salve. But once COVID hit, I didn't really stop playing baseball. I kept training, practicing, and stuff like that just to keep up with my game. And I think that has really benefited me now.
A few of my facilities back at home were shut down. The virus was like a little worse down in Mass where I was. So I had a little bit of a struggle moment for it. I also had COVID, which kind of was a little setback for me. But I ended up, just pushing through it and finding like my own ways to go to a cage or doing anything I can to just get better.
Right. And so, I mean, it's a little easier for Will being a pitcher. You can just go anywhere and just start throwing.
Yeah, just find a field and start throwing.
Yep. And I imagine for Will, it's a little bit different. Also, you got to try to find somebody that'll throw to you.
Yeah, definitely. Luckily, the catcher that I threw with at high school, he was in the same boat. So like every day we'd go to a field and we'd throw. So it was really, really nice to have someone that would live close to me that we could just go to a field and start throwing.
Do you plan on being like a two-way player, kind of like a Shohei, or are you a strictly pitcher now that you're in college?
I'm probably gonna end up being just a strictly pitcher now that I ended up in college. I did two-way in high school, but I think those days are over.
Yeah. It's always a shame. I feel like the game should have more two-way players now, especially after what Shohei did. I think there's going to be a big drive in like the youth levels at some point as well.
Definitely.
Do you play are you going to plan on playing anything else, or are you just strictly sticking to catching?
I played infield and outfield all throughout high school. I actually didn't start catching like officially my senior year. Was like till my senior year. So like I was a middle infielder, freshman and sophomore year, and then my junior year I was a center fielder. We just always had like upperclassmen that had the position. So I like to be versatile. But I would love to be a catcher down in Portland.
Hey, everybody loves versatility. That's a big thing in baseball. So speaking of Cortland and the Crush, how did you guys hear about it, and why did you want to join the team?
Yeah, I'll go first. So coming here to Salve, Coach Sorella had seen us play summer ball like over our travel teams, and he had reached out to us and like mentioned he really liked the way that we played, which drove us to like commit here and everything like that. And then while we got here, he had mentioned like there was a few teams that over the summer like we could play for, and Cortland was one of the opportunities that we received. And so I had asked a few upperclassmen on the team like Mike Breen and Don Parachi. They really like helped me make a decision on Cortland because they said they loved it so much, and like they showed me like everything that like happened there, and that like really drove me to like want to come to Cortland and play this summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of going back off what Dom said. I've never heard of Cortland or the Crush before being introduced from Sorella and McKeon, but I've heard great things. It's a winning program, and I'm looking forward to getting up there and getting started.
A quick pause in this podcast for our sponsor, Guthrie. Guthrie is dedicated to providing high-quality and accessible healthcare that meets the needs of the entire family. To find a provider or schedule an appointment, go to guthrie.org. Guthrie, serving northern Pennsylvania and southern and central New York. Now back to the episode. Yep, they're coming off another championship year, and they're looking to rebuild it. They have everybody's that's coming onto the team this year is new. So it's like forming a whole new bond, and especially including me and my partner Cam. This podcast was supposed to just be me this time because we got two of you guys this time. He's going to be a solo one on the next one with two players. But for him and I, we're both new because the past guy graduated and moved on to a new job as well afterwards. So for really, it's the whole practically the whole team and some coaches. It's all a new form or a new bond that's forming so far.
Yeah.
What do you guys think you can bring to the Crush? What do you think is like your best attribute?
Energy. I think I'm a huge energy guy. If I'm dealing, I'm in the zone and I'm pounding the zone and strikes, I think I could be really energetic and get hyped up, which I think could get the team going.
Yeah, I would say I stem off of energy as well. I'm more of like a team player type of guy. So like if one guy is down, like I'm always there trying to like pick him up, put everyone back together and like get rolling.
Yeah. A lot of like older heads in baseball, they don't want pitchers showing emotion. I'm all for that. Like, I don't understand that. Like, you see guys, you see a guy get a big strikeout in a big moment, show some energy, show some fire, celebrate.
Definitely. Yeah.
If a batter can pimp a home run, why can't you pimp a strikeout? You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think it just brings the energy level just shoots up 1,000% if that happens, which is really cool to see.
Right. And so getting into more of your guys' games, what's something that you personally think you want to do better, Dom, for you personally at the dish or behind the dish, and Will on the mound?
Yeah. For me on the mound, I have a tendency to rush a lot because once I get in a groove, I rush, which has always been beneficial to me. But talking over with Coach McKeon, we want to slow myself down a little bit because sometimes I could get over rush and just speed myself up, which can hurt me a lot. So I think the biggest thing for me moving forward is slowing myself down.
Right.
I would say also for hitting wise, I would need to say sometimes I tend to like let my hands loose and not keep it inside the baseball, which lets me get a little crazy like on a swing or whatever, maybe swing out of my shoes every once in a while. But behind the plate, I would say transitions, I'm a little quick with them sometimes, and I realized like coming to Salve and being like a lot slower has helped me develop like more accuracy on my throwdowns and everything like that. That's definitely something that I would work on there too.
Cool. So we're going to get into a little bit of more of a lighthearted segment here. In the spirit of the holiday season, assuming that you guys both celebrate Christmas, what is your favorite thing to eat on Christmas Day?
Ooh. There's a lot of food, but I don't even know, honestly. What would you say?
I can't even think. The Cinnabons. I really like that.
Like a nice little breakfast.
Yep.
Usually we'll have like we'll have a little family breakfast, and I would probably say like my mom gets this like specific bacon from Canada, and it's absolutely
really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, we always do a specific breakfast where my mom cooks up like a whole bunch of stuff, and then we also go to my grandma's for dinner. And then also, what's the best gift you think you ever got as a kid? A little nostalgic here.
Best gift. I would say probably like new catcher's gear or like a PlayStation. Honestly,
yeah, definitely a glove or something or a bat that I've gotten.
Yeah,
open the little gifts. You see the clothes, you're like, oh, I love these. Yeah. You're like waiting for that one big gift.
Yeah,
waiting for that one gift that you're just like, I've been wanting this forever, and then it's like I want to use it and play with it right away.
Absolutely.
So moving into some more baseball talk. What are your guys' opinions on the strike right now? And I'm sure it's like everybody else's in the lockout and everything. Do you guys think this is going to end anytime soon, or do you think this is going to last for a while?
I'm hoping it ends soon. I'd love to see baseball since it's right around the corner. To be honest, I don't know if it's going to end soon or not. I just hope it does because I'm really looking forward to the MLB season coming up.
Yeah, I'm just hoping there's not going to be any games missed.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. A lot of people are like more and more players are beginning to go, which could cause a problem for like the beginning of seasons. Mm-hmm. Maybe like a preseason games or so, but I feel like teams will eventually just be like, all right, like we want to play.
Yeah. So sticking with MLB and free agency, a lot of stuff went down before the lockout happened. What to you guys was the biggest surprises, and also what was something you liked a lot if it pertained to your own favorite team or a signing that you thought was really cool and different?
You want to go first?
Yeah. So I'm like originally kind of like from New York. Like I got most family from up there. So like I'm a big Yankees guy, so everything like the Yankees program kind of does is almost like how like I like to like play my game of baseball and like stem off of that. So when you see or like read something about something that happens with them, it almost can be like shocking, or sometimes it's like, you know, you're like, wow, I didn't think the Yankees would do that, or like, so some of the players can, to me, be like almost like disrespectful in a way, because I like, you know, they just want to like play the game, but everything for the strike is happening for a reason.
Yeah, so I'm a Met fan, so getting Scherzer was huge. I love that. Love that move.
Nah, I'm not particularly happy about that, being a Philadelphia fan myself, but at the same time,
You don't like that?
yeah, I don't like that at all. But they took Wheeler from y'all, and he did pretty well. But Scherzer's a big piece, and Starling Marte, that was a big one. I was more shocked at that one than anything, and I found that one out at like almost. I think that happened at almost midnight one night.
Yeah.
That was a big one, and big signings. The Texas Rangers spent $500 million in for total value of the contracts on Corey Seager and Marcus Semien.
Yep.
That blew my mind.
Heard about that.
Yeah, I thought that was the most crazy deal, or the craziest thing that went down during this whole thing.
Definitely.
Everybody thought one of them was going to be in New York, which is crazy.
I did think, I thought there was going to be a really big one, but it ended up not happening. Honestly, I think for the Yankees, like, I think Boone might need to get out of there.
Get out of there? Yeah. I know some people that aren't fans of him and think he probably needs to go. Although at the same time, you can't when you're a $300 million pitcher, can't pitch in a big game in a big spot. It's a little hard to manage.
I was at that game actually when.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we ended up getting tickets and we ended up going. Boston fans are crazy though, especially when you're wearing Yankees things. But
I can
Garrett Cole, he was not in it at all. You can see it right from there.
Do you think Correa winds up still being on the Yankees after what he said about Jeter?
No.
That's going to be tough. So. Jeter is such a legend there that I feel like I don't even know. It's weary right now.
Yeah. In my opinion, I'm kind of like, I think Detroit's going to pull a fast one.
Yeah,
They pop second baseman. They're going to sign Correa.
Yep.
That means they'd have a nice middle infield.
And then with the Philly side, you still have Schwarber, who we all thought might sign before. And then that kind of nothing really happened there. Same with Chris Bryant. Trevor Story's still a big name out there. Freddie somehow hasn't signed back to Atlanta. I thought that was going to be a done deal right away.
Yeah.
Apparently the Yankees are trying to steal him from him.
That would be lovely. Put DJ maybe back to second.
I don't think anybody can be mad. Yeah, I don't think anybody can be mad about a Freddie Freeman signing. Although my money is, if he ever goes anywhere other than Atlanta, it would be the Dodgers because that's his hometown. He's from that area, which is a big thing. Also, random Stroman going to Chicago.
Yeah, I did see that the other day too.
I thought that was very weird.
I was like, why? Also with Syndergaard, I thought he was going to be a Met for life as well. But
I thought they were going to re-sign him too, but I guess
he got a lot of money too.
Yeah, no, he did.
I was kind of that's a little much for a guy who pitched.
Weird, yeah. A little caught off guard by that as well.
Yeah. Also, good for the Mariners to get Robbie Ray. That's a team I want to see in the playoffs. I want to see a team with a long drought like that be out and make it.
They were close last year too.
Yeah, they should have. Personally, I feel like the MLB should expand their playoffs to how they did it in 2020. Mm-hmm. Then you get 16 teams or so. Yeah, and then teams like the Mariners can make it because it would have been fun to see all those teams make it. So another big history mark the other night in basketball. Steph Curry is now the all-time three-point makes leader. Say that right. Come on. So I'll ask you guys this one final question. What will last forever? Steph's three-point makes, Tom Brady's passing touchdowns, or Barry Bonds' home runs? What will last for the test of time?
Honestly, I'm going to be quick with this answer. I think I'm going to have to go with Steph Curry.
Really?
It is unbelievable of how good of like a shooter he is. And like you see like on like, you know, Instagram, like other like feeds that like how many young kids like strive to like be like him. But then like when you look at like the other sports, like you said, like Barry Bonds. Like, there's so many young kids who are like 14, 13 years old, like crushing balls out of the park left and right. Like, kids in the class of 2025 are already committing to Division I schools. I think eventually Barry Bonds' record will be broke. But like, as of Curry, I don't know. He's just unbelievable. Plus, he broke it such a short amount of time too.
Plus, Curry's still young and is probably still in his prime. So,
yeah,
with the amount of threes he's made now, just imagine like what he's going to do in the future.
See, I'm a little on the football side. I'm thinking Brady's might stand because how many players can play until they're 40 something? And Curry changed the game, and now everybody's shooting threes. So I mean, hey, maybe somebody else comes along like that.
True.
Also, I feel like Brady has another 4 or 5 years left in him. So he just like every year, it's like you come out and you just like, wow, like he's really in the run for an MVP again. And you're like, wow. Like, I'm a Giants fan, so I hate saying it. But it's like unbelievable.
Yeah, I can imagine that. And I mean, hey, it's all that weird diet and all that training he does. It just blows your mind. Plus, he's always got a good offensive line. So
Very true.
Any final thoughts that you guys like to share or say anything to the Crush fan base going into the season here?
I'm looking forward to getting up there and starting right away in the summer.
Yeah, just to stem off what Will said, like, I can't wait. Honestly, I wish it was now. Like, we were leaving here for December break and going up there and playing. I'm so excited for it. Meeting all the new guys and the new Cortland Crush community. Can't wait for it.
Yep. And I can't wait to meet you guys as well. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to get going as well.
Yeah.
So with that, thank you, Will and Dom, for joining me on this rendition of the Crush Cast, brought to you by Tompkins Trust Company. For over 180 years, Tompkins Trust Company is your local, mobile, and remarkable community bank. From myself, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a great holiday season. Follow the Cortland Crush on Twitter @Crushball, on Instagram @Cortland Crush Baseball, and subscribe to the Cortland Crush YouTube channel. I'm Clay Thomas, and thank you for listening.